Welcome to the MLTI Slam Show. I'm Jared, and today is Thursday, December 2nd. In the MLTI Slam Show, we learn from students just like you from all over Maine. We'll begin today by following along with Mia Coots from Nokomis, who will teach us about AudioMass.co. Then we'll learn about FakeU.com and wrap up the show with the Slam Exam, a chance for you to earn prizes by answering questions about the show. So, of course, make sure you're paying attention. And as always, please mute your mic, and if you have questions, enter them in the chat so Seth, our moderator, or Aiden can respond during the show. And please remember your account is connected to everything you type, so be kind and have fun. To follow along today, please visit AudioMass.co. It's a free browser-based audio editor used to create, adjust, and publish audio content. So, hey Mia, what do you have to share with us today?
Hi everyone, my name is Mia Coots, and today I'm going to be presenting on AudioMass. So if everyone can open audiomass.co in a new tab, please. AudioMass is a free open source web-based audio and waveform editor that runs entirely in the browser with no plugins required. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is when you get here is you're going to want to start recording, because when you start recording, it's going to ask you to use what mic you want to allow. So if I go record here, see right here, it asks me what device I want to use. And I want to use my Yeti, but all of you should just choose whatever computer microphone you have. So once you have your microphone selected, what you're going to do is you are going to record the saying, "The Grinch had an awful, wonderful idea." So here, I'm going to do that real fast. The Grinch had an awful, wonderful idea. So as soon as you press stop recording, you should have a little button here that says open recording. And I'm going to press that. And I'm just going to wait a second until everyone gets to that point. All right. And now that everyone is to that point, what I'm going to do is we are going to double click so that everything is selected. And you will know that everything is selected when the whole thing is this blue into purple color. So what we're going to do from here is we should see a tab bar up here, and we are going to go under Effects and then Gain. So we should see this little pull bar here, but we're not going to use that. So we're going to go under Presets and to plus 25%. We're going to apply that. So something you should have noticed is that your waveforms grew a little bit. So we are going to come over here to the start. Oops, still need to select everything. And press play. The Grinch had an awful, wonderful idea. All right, so now that we have our saying selected, what we're going to do from here is we're going to trim the silence off the ends, as you can see here. This is just going to make it so the only thing you hear is the Grinch had an awful, wonderful idea. So I'm going to click off once to deselect the whole thing, and we are going to click hard here and drag all the way over so that we have that bit of silence selected. And we are going to come over here to this cut button here. We're going to click that so that now that silence is gone. And we're just going to do the same thing on the other end. Cut. And now if I play it, it should just be me talking. The Grinch had an awful, wonderful idea. All right. I'm just going to wait a moment for everyone to get to that point. A reason I like AudioMass is because the sound is super clear. All right, hopefully everyone has trimmed off the silence. So what we are going to do now is go back to this Effects tab and Noise Reduction. So what this does is this cancels out all the background noise. So now that we have that selected, we're going to play. The Grinch had an awful, wonderful idea. And I don't know about you guys, but that sounded a lot clearer to me. So hopefully everyone has followed along with me up until there, and I'll just wait a second. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is a little bit trickier. So we're going to listen to it one more time to see where we can find the word awful. The Grinch had an awful, wonderful idea. All right, so awful looks like it's this burst right here. So I'm going to select this burst and play it to make sure it sounds like awful. 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 All right, perfect. So now we are going to go up to this section and press the copy button. We copy and then we cut. So now we'll just listen for wonderful idea. Sounds like it's right about this. Wonderful. A little bit more. Oops. Wonderful. Maybe a little bit more. Oops. Wonderful. Put a little bit too much. So come over here, shrink it. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to click right here on the end of my wonderful, and I'm going to paste my awful. So what you should have seen happen is you should have seen this audio burst, which is awful, pop up next to wonderful. Because the actual quote is, the Grinch had a wonderful, awful idea. So let's listen to it and see if it sounds right. The Grinch had a wonderful, awful idea. All right, sounds like wonderful, awful to me. All right, hopefully everyone got that. So what we're going to do is we're going to double click to select all, just like I said, and go back up to effects. Should know where that is by now. And speed. So what we're going to do is we are going to speed it up by 1/2. So let's apply that and listen and see how funky it sounds.
The Grinch had a wonderful, awful idea.
Sounds like a squirrel, one of the chipmunks. So because that sounds weird, we're just going to edit, undo. We don't need that. However, we do want it to sound like the Grinch. So we're going to go back to effects, back to speed, and then presets, slightly slower. Let's see if this sounds like the Grinch.
The Grinch had a wonderful, awful idea.
Close enough. So I'm just going to wait 1 second to export, so hopefully everyone can get that done. Okay, so I'm going to come over here to File, and then Export, which is the first thing. And you're going to want to export it as an MP3. Hopefully it's already selected for you like it is for me. And I would like you guys to name this file The Grinch Quote and export. So now you have an MP3 downloaded that sounds like the Grinch. Thank you all for listening to my presentation, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.
All right, now before we move on, Mia, I do have one question about you because we here at the MLTI Slam Show want to get to know our presenters. So I have one question for you, and that is, what's your favorite subject here at Nokomis?
It's definitely English.
Nice. I really enjoy English as well. But now let's go ahead and check in with our moderators, Seth and Aiden. So do we have any questions in the chat? Let's check this out. And no questions at the moment. All right. Thank you to our moderators. And again, thank you to Mia for our wonderful presentation on audiomass.co. Now we're going to be moving on to the extra credit segment of the show today, where Lucas will teach us about fakeyou.com.
Website that I found that I think is pretty neat that you should experience too. It's called fakeyou.com, and it allows you to make deepfakes creating audio with your favorite characters. So let's begin by showing you a quick example that I have kind of started here. It is with the wrestler Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I originally had the text as I am Stone Cold Steve Austin, since that's pretty basic, but I think I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it to I love the Nokomis Warriors. Because, let's be real, Stone Cold Steve Austin probably loves us. He probably does. And so once you're done typing what you are wanting your character to say, push the speak button and it will create your recording down here. Now,
I love the Nokomis Warriors.
and that's really all you need to do to be able to use fake you and make at least audio, not video, deepfakes. I think it's pretty interesting, and I hope that if you do see this tutorial, you have fun making deepfakes of audio using, once again, your favorite characters. This has been Lucas Hennessy, signing off.
All right, thank you, Lucas. FakeU.com. That looks like a lot of fun, so definitely make sure to go check that out. But now, Slammers, get ready to click the link in the chat to take the Slam exam. It's going to be one question quiz about today's show, and you're going to have 10 seconds to answer, and the winner gets to select a prize. That is, of course, if you actually win and get the answer correct. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a code for you to type in so everyone has the same amount of time. So hopefully you, at least by now, have at least seen the link and clicked on it and are making your way through the form and can fill out all the information. And the code is going to be 207. So go ahead and enter that code into the form, and then you will see the question, which menu item in AudioMass.co removes background noise? Denoisifier, normalize, or noise reduction? All right, so go ahead and enter your answers right there, and the code is 207 if you missed that already. But now, as we wait for everyone to submit their answers and for the answers to be tallied and figure out who the winner actually is, let's take a look at our various prizes here that you can select from. Like, for example, our Infinity Cube. And by the way, all of these prizes are 3D printed, so I think that's pretty cool. This Infinity Cube, it's a lot of fun. It's like a fidget toy that just, like it says, infinity, just goes on forever. So that's pretty fun. We also have the MLTI Slam Show trophy, which has, like, you can see through it through the sides. It's really interesting. It's a lot of fun to play with. There was also a bracelet you can choose from. And then also this thing, the fourth option is just you can choose whatever custom 3D printed item that you want. So this is one example. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we now finally have the winner. So let's go ahead and check it out. And the winner is SL from RSU19.net. Congratulations on winning your Slam Show exam prize. Now, anyways, guys, thank you everyone for joining the MLTI Slam Show. Thanks again to our presenter, Mia Coots, our moderators, Seth, Kyle, and Aiden, and director, Alex. Slammers, if you have questions, comments, or want to share the work you created today on the show, please visit MLTIslam.com. Student leader ambassadors, stay curious. We'll see you next time.
The MLTI Slam Show is a program of the Maine Department of Education. For more information about this and other innovative educational initiatives, please visit www.maine.gov/DOE.